Hello Internet, and welcome back to Pokémon Showdown and Mr. Barry Anderson, playing some games with this Trick Room team. Now, we've got a Trick Room team, or kind of half of a Trick Room team. We've got a Mawile and a Mega, well, a Slowbro, not necessarily Mega, and a Marowak, so definitely Trick Room. He hasn't gone total Trick Room though, like I have. So, you know, this will hopefully make for an interesting game. Yeah, kind of scary, I suppose. Credilli, like, it's funny how Credilli's actually, you know, kind of alright. Like, when I started using it, I was thinking that it would be dead weight, and half the time it sort of is, but half the time it sort of isn't. And it's those half of the times that I like to try and remember. Kangaskhan is obviously a big threat, though, like always. So, Jellicent is quite nice here. Hydreigon threatens that. Let's go with Sylveon and Jellicent, because Jellicent has got the Colbur Berry. It can survive a Dark Pulse. Let's also have Camerupt. I think Camerupt is a big must in this. And Credilli as well. Because why not? Hydreigon and Kangaskhan. Exactly what I thought he would lead with. Now, I'm not expecting like a scrappy fake out or anything like that. I mean, I suppose he could do though, but I think he's got to either double edge or fake out the Sylveon so that I'm not hyper voicing his Hydreigon. So I'm just going to protect and Trick Room. Well, no scrappy fake outs. I'm hoping that I don't flinch here then. I don't flinch. Fantastic. Right. So I can hyper voice. The Hydreigon will be going down. He has got things slower than Sylveon though. He can bring Mawile in, he can bring the Marowak in as well, which both do threaten the Sylveon here. I'm going to Hyper Voice. Kangaskhan did have Fake Out, so I'm kind of expecting it not to have Protect. So I'm just going to fire off a Will-O-Wisp here. That actually does not do much damage. Oh, and the Will-O-Wisp misses. That is a real pain. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Let's put Camerupt in and try and burn it again. He was so kind to try and let me burn it the first turn, so maybe he will let me try and burn it a second time. He could just Rage Powder though, yeah. But it was a safe enough switch in for Camerupt, I think. Let's go for a Heat Wave, and I don't really want to Surf here, do I? I'm thinking he's going to want to bring his Hydreigon in 2 turns' time. I'm going to Will-O-Wisp again. He Rage Powders again, okay. Hammer Arm, ouch. He's getting pretty lucky here. Critical hit there, and Will-O-Wisp avoiding there, and whatever. At least I didn't flinch on the first turn, though. But now Trick Room is about to expire, and I'm looking really exposed. It's this turn that he's going to want to bring his Hydreigon back in, because that is the thing that can knock out my Jellicent. The unfortunate thing is Sylveon has taken so much damage from this return, because my Will-O-Wisp missed. If the Will-O-Wisp had hit, then the Sylveon would have been able to have taken another one. But it can't now, unfortunately. This is one of the problems with Trick Room teams. You just invite bad RNG on yourself. Okay then, so he's probably going to Sucker Punch. Is he going to Rage Powder again now? I don't know. Let's bring Credilli in and go for a Surf. Why not? Okay, so we got this one. And we got a cheeky little +1 onto the Credilli there as well. But now the Hydreigon's going to come back in. And he will be able to knock out the Jellicent this time. Unfortunately, no Colbur Berries. Sylveon really isn't doing anything here, though. We haven't seen what his last Pokemon is, have we? No, we haven't. A +1 Giga Drain is not going to knock out the Volcarona. I'm I'm going to go for an Earth Power onto the Volcarona, and I'm going to sort of sacrifice my poor Sylveon here. Yeah, it was useless. Bug Buzzard actually does a lot of damage, actually. For, excuse me, for an Assault Vest Credilli, didn't do much. Didn't help me out too much. Did a lot of damage, that. Especially considering it was, you know, presumably a bulky one. I suppose it is a super effective hit, so maybe I shouldn't complain too much. But, Camerupt or Jellicent? Camerupt or Jellicent? Jellicent. It is Marowak. Okay. And I'm expecting a Bone Marang probably will be able to knock out the Credilli here, which is unfortunate. If it's got Earthquake, then it might be able to survive. But I'm not holding my breath. I'm going to go for a Giga Drain and switch you out. Yeah, I think I've lost this one. Ooh, his Bone Marang misses. That is, and that one-shots as well, wow. That is one of the biggest problems with Marowak. I mean, I used Marowak back in 2013, like I've already told you, and it's just like a Azumarill. That 10% chance of missing its big, booming attack is a nightmare. Really is a nightmare. So, let's get into our Trick Room, and... well, its Dark Pulse is disabled. I don't know if it's choice locked or not. Oh, and I've got a boost from Ancient Power, which is quite funny, I suppose. I'm still not going to be faster though, but it's forfeited. Well, that was a pretty back and forth game. Hopefully, you know, quite interesting for you to watch. We have got a Sableye and another Mawile. Rotom Wash. Ooh, that old staple of VGC. I haven't really seen many Rotom Washes lately. It's still a very good Pokemon. You know, it doesn't surprise me that Lyo got to top 8 with it at Worlds. Okay, so I'm thinking that his Sableye is thinking of leading here. So if I put Sylveon out, it'd be nice to be able to cover the Mawile. He's got a lot of, and by a lot I mean 2 Intimidators. So I'm going to go with Sylveon and Bisharp here. I think I've got to take my Credilli, and because, you know, else that Rotom Wash is a big problem for me. But now the Conkeldurr is potentially going to be a problem as well. So maybe Cresselia, maybe I don't even need Camerupt here. I mean, Camerupt does do a lot of damage. This Cresselia isn't offensive, so an Earth Power from this Camerupt probably does about as much as a Psychic from Cresselia though. But I'm not taking any Trick Roomers here, am I? So I think I've got to go with Cresselia. Sableye and Mawile. That's... oh, and it's not an Intimidate Mawile. It's Hypercutter, which is quite nice. I like to see that. And he's free to burn my Bisharp here. And depending on speed, I need my Sylveon. So definitely not in a very good position already. And we're in the same position we was a couple of videos ago as well, with Credilli not really wanting to switch in on a steel attack. So yeah, this doesn't look too nice. Maybe I need to hope that Sylveon is faster than Mawile and I can knock it out with a Hyper Voice and just basically trade Sableye for Sylveon. You know, in the expense of one of these getting burnt, Cresselia getting burnt. Oh, okay, so he can protect his Mawile. I'm alright with that. I'm not alright with him using Confuse Rate, and I'm not alright with me hitting myself. That is quite annoying. Yeah, that's annoying. We didn't get to see who was faster either, because his Mawile didn't do anything. Yeah, so if I hadn't hit myself there, I mean, I'm not sure why his Mawile did protect, because it didn't really have anything to fear from a Bisharp aside from like an Iron Head flinch. But you can't, you know, play Pokemon worrying about every single bit of RNG at the beginning of every game. But at least I can bring Bisharp in on an Iron Head maybe. And it's probably just going to confuse Ray the Cresselia here now. Yeah, this is ugly already. I'm not liking this. I mean, he doesn't have any Trick Room setters on his team, so that Mawile probably isn't minimum defense, minimum speed rather. So I'm going to bring Bishop in and go for a Trick Room. Okay. The Iron Head still does a lot of damage. At least I got my Trick Room off though. I mean, again, I'm in the same position. He can just Will-O-Wisp the Bishop, which is very annoying. Yeah, this Mawile is a big problem. I should have brought my camera up. Yeah, I really should have brought the camera up. How on earth can I beat this Mawile now? Maybe through Will-O-Wisp misses and Iron Head flinches, because this Bishop might even be, you know, faster in Trick Room, slower naturally than this Mawile. I mean, there's 20 base speed in it, but this Bishop is minimum speed, and this Mawile might be neutral. You never know. Okay. Or he can just squash me. He doesn't even need to do that. Okay, so I think this game is, you know, a lost cause at this point. Yeah, Iron Head is 100% accurate, so yeah, the quash screwed me over there. So let's get out of this one. Let's just find another game. Yeah, I feel like I could have played that one better at the team preview. It all came down to team preview there. I really needed the camera up. An oversight. Shouldn't have not brought camera up to a Mega Mawile team, but whatever. It is what it is. Another Sableye. Again, another Sableye. Maybe Sableye is a little bit of an issue for this team if it's protected. I mean, it's got two steel types here and a poison type to protect it from my Sylveon. But I don't think I'm going to make the same mistake. I'm going to go with Camerupt and Sylveon. I'm going to bring Credilli in, because Credilli, again, actually does look quite nice here. And I'm not going to bother with Bishop. I am going to bother with Jellicent, I think. Yeah. Neither Jellicent or Cresselia like playing Aegislash, but at least I can burn it. And if I get the opportunity, I can maybe surf in front of my Credilli for some style points. Swalot. A very nice name, isn't it? I didn't realise what it said until I started reading it out loud. And at that point, it was too late. Come on then, mister. Pick your Pokemon. It's funny how many times I don't lead with a Trick Room Pokemon with this team. Yeah, I think I'm free to go for a Heat Wave and a Hyper Voice. Really. Yeah. I mean, these two, Camerupt and Sylveon, I think they do work quite well together. And then I've got the, you know, if he led with Swampert, I've got the potential switch in of Credilli in the back to Storm Drain up its water moves, its Waterfalls or its Scalds. Which is his Mega Pokemon? This is a team that you can look at and not quite be sure which his Mega Pokemon is. Gravity? Hypnosis? Okay. Well, at least my Heat Waves are definitely hitting. But that's a little bit scary, I suppose, because he can Hypnosis my Camerupt. It's nice seeing these strategies. Yeah, that are a bit more original. He doesn't really give him any offensive pressure, and I can wake up with Sylveon now. So, I mean, let's just do the obvious. Let's protect with Camerupt, and if he's got like Super Fang or Poison, Cross Poison, whatever it is on Crobat, then he should be going for that on Sylveon now. When I say should be, maybe it is a safer move to Hypnosis to Camerupt. I mean, if he swaps the Sableye out to something as like Aegislash, for example, I'd love to get a Heat Wave on it, but Hypnosis, I'm pretty sure is near enough 100% accurate under Gravity. I think it is 100% accurate under Gravity. Yeah, Gravity is one of these move tutor moves that Sableye learnt. Okay, so it's Blaziken coming in. Did learn, and he did Hypnosis, yeah. Don't wake up, that's not too much of a problem. Learnt coming into the Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire ones, because we couldn't Gravity last year being 2014. Unfortunately, grass Pokemon are not immune to Hypnosis though. So I'm gonna go for a Heat Wave and hope I wake up. Because unless it's a Mega Blaziken and oh, he overheats, not Flare Blitz. I was gonna say you wouldn't be able to knock out my Sylveon, but that is annoying because his Sableye is still running free. Camerupt should beat the Sableye one-on-one though, unless it's got Swagger or something like that. What's he going to bring in? Let's bring Jellicent in, because if he brings in Swampert, okay, Aegislash. I was going to say, excuse me, my poor throat. I talk all day working, you see. If he brings in Swampert, then I can, bring the sneaky switch into Credilli here. Jellicent, unless it's a Life-Orbed Aegislash, can survive a Shadow Ball. Yeah, I'm not too worried about Blaziken, so I'm going to Earth Power this Aegislash and go for a Trick Room. I think he does need to start whittling away at this Camerupt. That does a lot of damage, actually. Wow. Jellicent survives, though. Yeah, I get the Earth Power off, and I get the Trick Room off. Nice. So, obviously, I'm outspeeding Blaziken now in the Trick Room. And Gravity is still up, so yeah, I think there were a number of ways that I could have won that game. Earth Power, or maybe I could have. I mean, a Surf from Jellicent. Do you think that would have knocked out the Blaziken from there? Because I could have brought in the Camerupt, took the Camerupt out, brought the Credilli in for a Storm Drain and gone for a Surf just for a little bit more style, but he forfeited. And saved us all some time. So thank you very much for watching this, guys. I hope you've enjoyed, yet another of my Showdown videos with me talking at you, clicking some buttons with Pokemon characters. So please like and share if you have enjoyed it and think it deserves to be shared and spread across the internet. But yeah, thanks a lot, guys. I should stop talking at the end, shouldn't I? Thanks a lot, guys, and goodbye for now.